Okay, so here is my top 10 movies of 2009. Here's a poster of my favorite movie of 2008. 2008, yeah. I didn't know what picture to use when I started it out, so I just chose one at random, and this one actually kind of fits. So anyway, my top 10 list, which like 2008, I only saw 10 movies, so every movie I've seen last year is on this list. And you're going to be surprised at the ones I saw and didn't see. So here it goes. Okay, at number 10, Watchmen. And, like I said, all the movies I've seen are on here, so, it's not a very big honor to be on at number 10. It is my least favorite movie I saw last year. And at first I liked it, but then I realized it's only because I was brainwashed into liking it, and people told me it was so great and awesome, and, I had to like it. And then I figured out that hey, I have a mind of my own. I'm allowed to like and not and like and dislike what I want. So it was okay. It wasn't too bad. I read the book. I liked the movie better. I just wanted to say that because everyone always complains that the book is better than the movie. I like the movie better. No, I don't really know. I don't care. I didn't care too much. The difference. I think the movie was a little more graphic, but that's because it was a movie. Um, it was okay. 3 out of 5. Two out of 4. 2.5 out of 4, maybe. I don't know. This was the last movie I saw of 2009. Sherlock Holmes. Um, I didn't pay too much attention to the beginning of the movie. It's because I was too busy eating popcorn. Anyway, it mm, it was okay. I don't know what else to say. 2.5 out of 4. Uh, go see it if you want to. If you like Sherlock Holmes. If you don't like Sherlock Holmes, stay away from it. Um, so, I don't know much about Sherlock Holmes, so I'm not going to sit here and talk about it. Because I know some Sherlock Holmes fan is just going to come tell me I'm wrong if I say anything about him. So, I'm not going to pretend I know anything about Sherlock Holmes. I just saw it because I was bored and there was nothing else playing that I wanted to see. Number 8, X-Men Origins Wolverine. It was okay. I went to see it with a friend who really loves Wolverine, and he wouldn't stop complaining about the movie. And he thought he was going to really enjoy it because, well, he likes Wolverine more than he likes the rest of the X-Men, so a movie solely about him sparked his interest. However, yeah. The game for the Xbox was pretty good. I heard the Wii version was terrible, but the Xbox version was pretty much like the best Wolverine game ever. Best, that I've played. I've only ever played one. But it was pretty fun. The game was better than the movie. Not saying the movie was bad, it's just that the game was pretty good. I liked it. And I'm talking about the game when I'm supposed to be reviewing the movie. Transformers 2 at number 7. It's whatever. I like giant robots. I like Transformers. I love Optimus Prime. Didn't really care for the storyline. I would even go to the lengths to say it was terrible. Not enough of anyone in it. Too much of punk ass, I'm Optimus Prime. And I don't know what else to say. It's just, it could have been better. But, every movie could have been better. I mean, I couldn't have made something with as good as special effects as that, so I'm not going to sit here and criticize Spielberg and Michael Bay. Night at the Museum 2, number 6. It was another alright movie. That's pretty much how every movie this year was. You had sequels to movies that were pretty good, and they just didn't follow up. I did really like that in this movie. They did go to Washington, D.C., where I am from around there, and they went to the Air and Space Museum, and I've been to the Air and Space Museum several times. And I recognized it, and it was just really fun and interesting. Ben Stiller came around here. Woo. So, I mean, even though the movie was kind of lacking in a lot of areas, I mean, I can kind of let it pass just because, it was in Washington, D.C., and I thought that was a really cool concept. And, 3 out of 4 stars. It's actually isn't too bad. If you live in Washington, D.C. or from around Washington, D.C., you'll love it. Number 5, Star Trek. I haven't seen this since it came out in theaters, but most of these movies I haven't seen since they came out in theaters. I can't pronounce for some reason this morning. Star Trek. I didn't like Captain Kirk's, bad persona, but again, I know barely anything about Star Trek. He probably does act that way. I've seen William Shatner. He's not quite as like that, but he's kind of campier. And everyone else, Spock was just really mean, and I'm sure it made the Trekkies go wild, and I'm happy for them because they got a Star Trek movie about the original Star Trek, and that's probably something they've been wanting to see for a long time, and they got to see it. So there's no complaining. Everyone was happy. The Trekkies got a Star Trek movie, and everyone else got a good movie. So win-win. Number 4, Paul Blart, Mall Cop. This was probably the funniest movie I saw last year. It was the first movie, and I like Kevin James, and I liked the concept. It was really kind of funny, He's like a really, noble character put in the environment of like today's society. It was funny, And he ended up living up to what he wanted to be in life, and well, it had a happy ending and had a few twists and turns that were just, pretty funny. Of course, it was going to be one of those stupid movies, but I mean, that's how the comedy is. I enjoyed it. It was a nice movie, and Adam Sandler had something to do with it. Alright, so, the top 4 of the movies I really enjoyed of last year. Up. It was a great film. I really enjoyed it. I know I did not enjoy WALL-E that much, but this made up for it. I thought when I first saw the trailer for it, I, just smacked my own face because I was like, this is really stupid. That's going to be, the dumbest movie. But, it was far better than WALL-E. And, it was a fun movie. It was really sad. It was it was funny, but it was the saddest movie last year that I saw last year. It's fun. It was fun to watch. It's about letting go, and well, that's an important lesson. Well, if there's any movie on this list I'm going to get really excited about when I start talking about it, it's this one. Number 2, Dragon Ball Evolution. And obviously, if you've seen my review, I loved it. And that's because I was so eager and happy for a Dragon Ball movie that I didn't care how good or bad it was. And in all seriousness, it was not that bad at all. For once, it's a movie I think that should have been PG-13 rather than PG, but Oh, and they should have started with Dragon Ball Z. That was a big one. I would definitely go see the sequel on opening day because it would be in Dragon Ball Z. There's just a few things that maybe they should replace their Goku. Chatwin wasn't all that. Oh, he did okay. He was good as teenage Goku. He would have done a lot better as Gohan though. So maybe a little guy, more muscular, older, play Goku. A cute kid to play Gohan. And I guess that's all you need. But Dragon Ball, high hopes for. If they make a sequel, because this did tank, but I'm a loyal fan, and unlike everyone else, all the other Dragon Ball fans who seem to be boycotting it, I stick by it because I'm a true fan. And at number 1, John Travolta, Robin Williams, Old Dogs. It was a funny movie. I'll tell you that. I enjoyed it because John Travolta was in it, and well, what's funny is that I saw a Disney movie starring John Travolta this the same day 2 years in a row. That had dogs in it. Yeah. I saw Bolt on I saw Bolt in 2008. On the same day in 2009, I saw this movie. I thought it was funny. It's kind of funny. Funny, a little weird. But I'm not gonna give away any of the plot. It was another one of those funny movies. You should see it. I thought Dragon Ball was gonna be my favorite movie, but it's pretty close. But just because this movie, I liked it better. Well, that's my top 10. If you have something different, go ahead, tell me.